Good morning, my friends. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another Coffee and a Card with Barb. I'm going to show you our new shimmer pens. So if you are on the replay, thanks for hanging with me. If you don't like all the chatter, you might want to go over to my YouTube channel later today or tomorrow, because after we record this on Facebook, I edit it and take out all the chatter, which quite frankly is my favorite part. And so you can watch it over there without having to listen to all the chatter. You know that I am a big believer in really using what you already own and then thoughtfully and strategically add to the things that you want. And there are reasons why you might want these. So you know what? Let's go ahead, and I'm going to turn my camera over. Let's go ahead and get started. So we are using the Paradise Garden stamp set. I've used this a lot of times before. So last week I used the beautiful Ordinary Life paper, and I did not show you, because I didn't have it handy, what comes in this package of 12 by 12 designer paper. What I'm using this week, this is the front side. Isn't that gorgeous? But then this is the back side. So you have black and white on one side, and then you have colored on the other side. And these colors, I think, are so absolutely gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that black and white side. So a lot of dimension going on in this paper, and some beautiful, beautiful colors. Plus, if you're like me, you like black and white too. So for me, in this paper, you get the best of all worlds. And of course, I love this one, little beehive. I got to use that on a card soon. I just haven't had a chance. I like this one too. I almost used this one today instead of the one I used, which is coming up. And after doing my card and not having the die for the sentiment, I'm really kind of regretting it. Now, you'll remember this because I used it in last week's Coffee and a Card. I love this paper. I'm running out of it because today I'm using this side. So obviously this is a treasured piece of designer paper. I think I'm going to start with showing you the shimmer pens. Shimmer brushes is what they're technically called. Now, they come in a package like this, but I want to make sure that I lay these flat. So you could see that you could get 3 and probably 4 in one of these packages. Remember, they only come in a package of 1. And right now they're only available in the 2026-2028 in colors, which are to die for. So what I wanted to show you is how you actually use these. I'm going to start with that. Okay. So what you want to do is open up this package, and I really do recommend that you hold on to these. Normally I say, just throw the packaging away. But if you save 2 of them, you'll be able to put all your pens into and lay them flat, which is important. Now, if you are familiar, okay, I'm going to have issues with my camera blurring. I can see that already. If you are familiar with 𝐓𝐮𝐿𝐴, these are the same kind of thing. And you can see right here, we have a white ring. So before you use it for the first time, also, I want to point out that the bristles on this brush I can't even bend them. They are stiff. And so what we're about to do is we're going to get the ink from the barrel down to the brush, and then it will be flexible. So how we're going to do that is we're going to unscrew right here. Can you guys see this well enough? I can bring my camera down. Maybe I should turn the light on. Let me see here. Yeah, that's better. So see, this is the barrel right here. This is where the shimmer ink is and the glitter. And then this is the barrel that we want to push this down into. So what we're going to do is we're going to unscrew this part right here. And if you're familiar with 𝐓𝐿𝐴, you know what that is. That's our mechanism to get the ink to start flowing. We're going to remove this white ring, comes off really easily, And we're going to throw that away unless you can figure out something else to do with it, and I can't. Now, on this, do you see that little black thing sticking out? What that black thing is going to do is it's going to push where the white is, and that's what's going to make it so that the ink can start coming out. So all we're going to do is we're going to screw this on. And at this point, I am not shaking it yet. And then if you look right here, you can see on both sides, this is like a little, that's where you push. And that's where you're going to start to have the ink come down. And I can tell you, this is Golden Glow, and I've prepped all the other ones, but I can tell you that some of them, the ink came out in like 30 seconds, and others, it took 2 minutes. Now you could see it starting to flow. So my point in telling you that is just have patience. And I started this way so that gravity could help it come down. Can you see it going on the brush? See that little area right there where the Golden Glow is? You just keep pressing it. And at this point, I decided not to hold it down because then you can actually have too much come out. And it's not a problem. It's just you kind of waste a little bit. So see it coming out? You could really see it coming out now. Okay, so now I'm going to help it just a little bit. Oh, you could see it starting to come out. And the reason I didn't shake it, see, even when I didn't shake it, you get little pops of air pockets. So it really is better to just kind of press it out this way instead of letting gravity. But if you're in a hurry, like I am right now, then go ahead and do it that way. And as the ink makes its way down, whoo, it's really full now. Then you can't see because this is still stiff, but it's got a little bit of give now. See that? And now I'm going to keep going so that I get it started. And there's that pretty golden glow. So what I wanted to show you was all the colors. And these new ink colors, guys, are so beautiful. So what we've got is I'll start with the Golden Glow. Now I'm actually using this on the card today. That's why it's separate. So before I use it, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to shake it. And that way the glitter is mixing with the ink, the Golden Glow. It's not really ink, but just is easier to explain. So there's the Golden Glow. I love this color. I think this color is this color, and this is Peaceful Pine. I think they're going to be very, very popular at Christmas. Look at these colors. Aren't they beautiful? Can you guys see those colors? I hope so. Then we've got oh my gosh, this is rapidly becoming one of my all-time favorite colors. This is Hydrangea Hue. Look at that. It's a beautiful purple blue. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be, I really do feel, one of my all-time favorite colors. Then we have Crisp Cantaloupe, which is a returning in color. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love how it looks with Hydrangea Hue. And then finally, we have Barely Blush. And let me tell you, this is, I forgot to shake the other ones. I know better. This one is very light. Look how light that is. But look how pretty that is with the Crisp Cantaloupe. Oh, so pretty. Now, one thing I know is that on camera, you're really not going to be able to see the glitter. But in person, you guys, if you're familiar with 𝐓𝐮𝐭𝐨𝐫𝐢𝐚𝐥, it's just so beautiful. Hi, Cindy. Oh, let me share that. That's a really good tip. Keep the white rings to pop back on for travel. Okay, that's really, really a good tip. Thanks for sharing that, Cindy. And if you keep them in the same bag that this is in, then you'll have them when you need them. That's a really good tip. I wouldn't have thought of that, to be totally honest. So now you know. And what we're using today to make a card, and I'm just going to be really honest right up front, I am not happy with the way that this card turned out, but I also like to send everything that I make, so I am totally okay with it not being perfect. And I hope you guys are too, because, we can learn from what we don't like. But the other thing I get to show you today is the new ink pad, the new magnetic ink pads. So let me show you size first. You can see that they're a little bit longer, but they do fit in the Stampin' Up! Storage system, no problem. And these things open like a charm. They just stick out a little bit longer. I neglected to say that. And they come with the labels. So I have a label here, I have a label on the back. And then see how these open? You just go like that, guys. Open, magnet. And they don't drop. They're very strong magnets. Fabulous design. The only thing that I think is different, and you could still squeeze them and put ink on the lid, but I've gotten to the point when I want to watercolor with something, I really do prefer to just take the ink pad and put it on an acrylic block and watercolor off of that instead of on the lid of my pad. It's just kind of cleaner. And the only thing major difference besides the fact that one is a linen pad, this is a linen pad, this is a foam pad. So you might have to press a little bit harder on this pad to get the ink you want, but you can see that there's, on our old pads, there's no lip. On this pad, there is quite a bit of a lip. It's about a 1/2 inch. So if you wanted to go, sometimes I show you how to ink different parts of your stamp using your ink pad. You're going to have to be a little bit more cautious when you do that, but it's kind of a minor thing, not a major thing, but I wanted to point that out. And the other thing that I want to point out is that since all of our stamps now are photopolymer, if you have an issue with the inking, because again, this is a linen ink pad, then just put something soft underneath it. I use our foam pad. Fortunately, I don't need it for this one, but if you need to, just put something soft under it. Even a phone book would work. Do we even have phone books anymore? I don't think I even have one. So you'll notice that now when I ink up my stamps, I'm just going to press a lot harder than I used to, which honestly for me is easy because I'm a heavy-handed stamper. And then we just press down and there we go. Perfect inking. So I have not had any issues. I just wanted to address that because I know some people have asked me that they've read online that people have problems with these pads. I have not. I have the 5 ink color pads. I've used them all. I've used them on different stamps. I haven't had a problem and I love that they're magnetic. Okay, so this is Peaceful Pine ink. This is Peaceful Pine cardstock. I have a light on, but it still looks dark. Sorry, guys. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this inside the card. Cindy, it really is nice to see you, my friend. 2 weeks in a row, I feel very, very special. I feel special for all of you. Oh, hey, Linda. I didn't see that you were on. Good to see you. All right, so we're just we're glowing this on the inside. We are gluing this on the inside, super simple. And then we are using a piece of that gorgeous Ordinary Life paper. Now, I like Peaceful Pine with soft sea foam. Not everybody will, but I do like it. So I'm going with that color. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to color in these leaves with the Peaceful Pine Shimmer brush. That said, I felt like the white was a little stark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small blending brush and I'm going to take the I'm having trouble today, guys, and I've even had coffee. Soft sea foam, excuse me, soft sea foam ink pad. And I'm not going to worry about making it smooth. I'm just going to try to take some of that white off of there. So you're going to see where I get more. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I want a little bit of the white to show through. The only place I don't is at the top and at the bottom. See, I'm just going to very lightly, you can see I'm leaving quite a bit of white, and that's okay. It's really hard to see soft seafoam on this camera, so hopefully you will trust me that it is there. You can see some of the splotches, but it actually is all over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake my Peaceful Pine. I keep doing that. It's Peaceful Pine, right? I keep saying perfectly pine. And I'm going to just start coloring in. This is really hard for me to do because I can't see real well because my camera is in my way. So please forgive me if I go outside the lines. I think I've told you guys before, I flunked coloring in kindergarten. And my poor mother, who was a kindergarten teacher, she wasn't mine, but she was like, yeah, she doesn't like to stay in the lines. And you know what? That has stayed true for me my whole life. I don't do what I'm supposed to do. I go outside the lines, friends. And I'm okay with that. At 70, I don't think I'm going to be changing my spots, as they say. So here we go. I knew this was going to take a long time, and so I just accepted that I was going to go outside the lines a lot because I can't talk and go fast and stay in the lines. I don't have it in me. But I know there are a lot of you out there that like to color, and this will be fun for you, like when you're watching TV or just enjoying a quiet moment of crafting. Now, I will say that this is pretty dark, and I also know that you cannot see the shimmer, but you have to trust me that it is really there, and it looks really, really pretty. Now, I had said earlier why I like 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐻 Stella. If you've been following me for a while, you know that one of my favorite ways to color, seriously, one of my all-time favorite ways to color is to put ink on an acrylic block, like I talked about earlier, and then take my 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐻 Stella. You know what? I should do that. And then take my 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐻 Stella and color in with that. Hold on. I'm going to show you the difference. I didn't even think about doing that. So let me take an acrylic block and the Peaceful Pine. Oh, you guys, I don't know why I have that issue. So I'm just going to press it onto the acrylic block. I love how these clasp together. They are so easy. And I'm going to take my 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐻 Stella. There we go. I hope this has some 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐻 Stella in it. Hold on. Ooh, this one's almost empty, so I don't know if this is going to work. And then I'm just going to color in with that. Now, what's the difference? I could do shading. I can do shading with the 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐻 Stella that I can't do with the shimmer pen. Does that matter? Probably not. Because I will tell you that it is a lot faster and a lot easier with the shimmer pen. Not going to lie, it's a lot easier. But if you want shading at all, you're still going to get the same amount of shimmer, I think. Let me look. Ooh, I don't know. I kind of get more shimmer on the shimmer pen. Okay, that's good to know. But and also the brush tip on the shimmer pen is a little bit stiffer. So it's actually easier for me to stay in the lines with the shimmer pen. So I'm glad I did this because I hadn't tested that. So there you go. You have your choice, friends. The shimmer is more using the shimmer brush. You still got a lot of it on the 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐻 Stella, but it is definitely more on this. But I can shade by getting lighter because I'm using a block. Two purposes, two different tools. And then I am going to, oh gosh, it kills me to cover up this paper. I love this paper. And okay, Barb's eyes again. Here we go. Hold on. I'm getting smarter. I'm bringing a piece of black cardstock with me so that I can see it, which is kind of important when you're lining things up, right? Boy, that is probably one of the worst coloring jobs I've ever done, but that's okay. Whoever gets this card, just know it was made with love. And that's the important thing, right? Okay, and I'm almost out of adhesive. Oops. Oh, come on, baby. You could do it. There we go. And then, of course, I push it. It comes gushing out. All right, so let's put this on. Now, up to here, I was okay with this card. And then I went to do the sentiment. So I want your guys' honest feedback. I appreciate that because I know my opinion, but sometimes my opinion is not always right. One more thing I just want to remind you. Before you color with your shimmer pens, shake it well. I don't recommend you shaking it while you're prepping it because you're going to get air bubbles in there. But after it's prepped and good to go, then shake it. And that'll keep this part all good and shimmery as you use it. At the beginning, it's not a problem, but okay. So see, I wanted to have that really cool. Oh, I forgot to do something. I wonder if I can get away with it. Let me see if I can get away with it now, because I do want to show you what I did. Okay. Ink it up, tap it off, stamp it on the background. Ink it up, tap it off, stamp it on the background. Ink it up, tap it off. I kind of have a little song going. When I used to show people how to do this, my kids were when I first started, my kids were really young and they were watching Barney. And I found myself at a demonstration one night going, da 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 da. If you know the Barney song, because I would always stamp in a rhythm with that while my kids were watching Barney. Anyway, many, many, many years ago. Well, some of you out there may not even know who Barney is. So anyway, I could not find the die that goes with the Paradise Garden dies. I could not find. So we are stuck with just using a 1-inch strip of soft seafoam. And I think it's kind of too big for the card. I think the sentiment is too big because it would have been curved, so it wouldn't have gone straight across the card. But that's okay. I don't know if you guys can even see this. The color is... I have my light on, but it doesn't really look. Okay, so anyway, there you go. I am going to see what kind of questions we have. All right, my friends, love you very much. I definitely went over. Have a great Wednesday and a great rest of your week. I'll be back Sunday with the Step It Up stamping, and I'll be back next week, hopefully with the stamping kit. If it gets tired of spending time in California, hopefully it will find its way home and we'll be able to make that kit. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.